Alexander.
Good morning.
How do you pronounce your name? Is it Alexander or Alexander?
No, it's O.
No, no, the
It's
pronunciation.
Olex.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You want to hear it's exactly in Ukrainian?
Okay, say it.
Oleksandr.
Alexander. I know the spelling of your Alexander does not have an E at the end. Because I have a friend.
Yes,
He's also
exactly.
he's also Ukrainian, and his name is your name.
Yeah,
And he told me, "Oh, call me Alex." I said, "No, I don't want to call you Alex because I love the full name Alexander. It's so
I
so.
remember.
Yes,
And
I like that.
why?
So I never call him. He insisted that I called him Alex. But I said, no, Alex is just a common. Anybody can be Alex,
Y-
but it's
Yeah,
so uncommon to have a person whose name is Alexander.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's uncommon, but I think personally, I try to make it easier for foreigners.
Hmm.
That's why I'm just tell that it's if you find it easier, you can call me Alex.
Okay.
So many
Amazing.
people agree with this, and they call me Alex because it's usual for them.
Yes,
Yeah.
I like your name very much. So anyway, Alexander, what was the most valuable experience you learned in my class?
The most valuable experience that I learned in the class, um, it will be learning how to speak more fluently and naturally in English, and practicing speaking regularly give me more confidence that I was missing before.
Yes, on your first day, I remember on your first day in my class, you really made me happy when when you mentioned when you said, "Oh, this is my first class, but I learned a lot. I learned a lot of new ideas from you."
Yeah,
Can you talk more about it?
yeah, I really appreciate your um, recommendations, because once you hear how students speak, you always give good advice how to improve it.
Hmm.
And I really appreciate it, because sometimes I feel like people um, hear like kind of criticism, you know, they can't accept recommendations sometimes.
Hmm.
But I really appreciate it because for me it's a way for improvement, to
Hmm.
be better, to uh, to speak more clearly and more confident. And yeah, I always accept this and appreciate it.
Yeah, yeah, and thank you for that. Like you are so brave to give that feedback to me during your first day. It was a positive feedback, but we teachers sometimes we need to hear it so we know that we are actually benefiting or empowering the students, right? And
Yeah.
what were the top three things you learned during the term?
um it's I think it's a strategy how to speak and respond properly on IELTS exam.
Hmm.
Uh, Also, how to how to make your speech more better and more natural. Like you have to use expanded vocabulary. Sometimes you need to make a clear conclusion to finish your speech properly. And also we did a little bit reading tests,
Hmm.
so I understand the strategy how we should answer all these questions. So I know that our time will be limited, not as we did it during our homework. So
Hmm.
you need to scan text to find the key points, to like find the proper paragraph where information was given.
Hmm.
So it also helped a lot.
Yeah, thank you for that feedback. And what did you find most engaging or interesting during the term?
Um, it's our speaking practices, because you give a chance for each students to practice.
Hmm.
Uh, Also, between this, you uh, give our proper advice how to improve it. And what I like that you always give some examples from your personal life. I really appreciate it.
Mhm.
It's great
Yeah.
experience.
Yes, like
It makes our class more fun, more engaging, and I feel more comfortable. You know, like it's not just formal, um, like yeah, like formal class. You know what I'm talking about? Like strict, just strict class with some rules. I like the way how you go um, out of the bounds, or out of the boundary. It's not like regular class, I would say.
Mhm. Yeah, that's Andrew Taylor technique.
Yeah,
What surprised you about the class? Yeah, because
surprise.
you came a little bit late, and you didn't know who Andrew Taylor is or was, and so what surprised you when you came to the
Yeah,
class?
the most what I was surprised it's how relaxed and supportive uh, classroom environment was. I really expected that it could be more formal, a little bit stressful, you know, because it was my first time joining such class and I didn't know what to expect, but it was really fun and encouraging.
Beautiful, beautiful comments. And what was the most challenging concept that you encountered in the class?
For me, always speaking part were the most challenging because it's always hard to um, develop like answer in your head and
Like
during
quick
speaking.
answer, right?
Yes, yes. Sometimes I struggled to think fast and speak clearly at the same time. It's
Mm.
really hard to come up with some ideas when you just saw a question. You need to. I understand that we shouldn't tell always the truth from your personal life experience. We can
Mhm.
come up with some ideas. We can make up a story, but it's really hard. You need a lot of practice to do it on the spot.
Yeah, yeah, you're absolutely correct. But yeah, when I said you don't have to tell the truth, you can just like create a story because they are not looking for the truth. I'm
Yes.
talking about the IELTS examiner. They are not looking for the truth. They are looking for the quality of your delivery. Yeah, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
so, and I also mentioned that be careful when you are creating a story because sometimes, like normally when you're creating a story, it's not easy to follow up because it's not the truth.
Yeah, because you need to keep in your head all the details of this story, and
Mhm.
you have to give your response until the end when you make a conclusion, the
Yeah,
final sentence.
exactly.
And
And if it is a true story, then you have all the details.
yeah, because you remember what you did or what happened in your life, but if it's something that you made,
Mm.
you need to be careful with this because
Yes.
at some point it like can be
Yeah,
broken
yeah,
and
yeah, you're gonna lose
it
it
can
at
have a whole
right.
structure.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so what? How? Okay. How did you feel about the classroom environment?
It was really great experience. Everyone was friendly and supportive. It made me feel comfortable when I was trying to speak, even
Mhm.
when I wasn't sure about my grammar or vocabulary.
Yes, like everybody was supportive and everybody was non-judgmental. Yeah, you know what I
Of
mean?
course, yeah,
Yes, everybody was just listening to everyone and happy that everybody has a chance to express themselves in many different situations.
yeah.
And okay, did you find the whole term? I know that you already answered this, but did you find the whole term beneficial for you?
Of course, especially in speaking, I find out how to make my speaking more clear. Uh, I feel more confident when I'm speaking, and like I I know what examiner is expect from me on an exam.
Yes. And what would you tell a prospective student who would ask you about the class and the teacher?
I would definitely tell that this class is a great place to improve your speaking skills, and the teacher is very supportive, patient, and always give useful feedback.
Yeah, thank you so much. And what's your feedback about my teaching style?
I really like your teaching style. You're always calm, clear. As I previously said, you create a space where students feel safe to
Mhm,
speak, and what I said previously also that you always give a useful feedback.
mhm. Yes, yeah, thank you. And what could I have done differently to better support you, your learning?
Um, yeah, I thought about it a lot. And in my opinion, you can give us more homeworks.
Mhm,
I understand that some people don't like it to do homeworks, but
mhm,
I believe that homework helps to improve uh, better and faster. Because
mhm,
without doing something at home, like we have only our class only once a week, and it's not enough. I even even if we have even if we have like many hours, still we have many students,
mhm,
and we have only one or two attempts to speak. So or read, it would be
mhm.
good if you give more homeworks. Uh,
Yes.
it
Yeah,
it
actually, one of the students during the interview this morning suggested the same thing, and she said it doesn't have to be a homework to test, but just a follow up of what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Like for example, she said, give us a website or give us like some handouts or some links where they can follow up or like improve the better, like outside the classroom.
Yes, because regular practice is really necessary for
Yeah.
real progress.
Now,
Uh,
what are your goals in life? I mean, what
in
are your
life.
goals for the no? What are your goals for the next term and beyond?
Oh yeah, I would like to continue my improving my speaking skills. I feel like I have some troubles with writing. I need to more concentration on it. I know that I missed this part in your course because I joined it later. Uh, that's it. And finally, I need to take an exam.
Mhm. Yeah, good luck to you, Alexander. It's such a pleasure to have you in the class, and I like you very, very much because you're very positive and also you are dedicated. You're committed to what you're doing.
Yeah,
Okay,
thank you.
so yes, and so Alexander, are you able to return at 12:30 so we can have a
Sure.
meeting about the
Yeah,
topic?
I'll
The
come back.
topic. Okay, please return at 12:30. Just say
Okay.
hi to say hi to Viviana.
Hi, Viviana.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fantastic. Thank you for asking.
Okay, so I'll see you later, Alexander.
Okay. Bye, everyone.
Okay, cheers.